The leadership of the National Prosecuting Authority has just addressed the Parliamentary Committee on Justice and Correctional Services to give an update on the progress that we've made towards the implementation of our annual performance plan. This briefing comes at a really important time, not only for the NPA, but for justice in general, and for South Africans that have huge expectations that the rule of law is winning out in this country. So what our National Director did, she led the presentation on behalf of the NPA. We highlighted that this is not just about business as usual. This is not just a presentation which is about our annual performance plan and facts and figures, but really a real commitment to implementation, a real commitment to impact, and a real commitment to action. This is something which is expected of the National Prosecuting Authority and has been made very clear by the Portfolio Committee in previous briefings. So in addition to just going through our annual performance plan and our budget, we also highlighted what we've referred to as a number of game changers that we're going to be prioritizing over the next 6 months to make sure that the NPA delivers justice to the people of South Africa on a range of crimes. The first game change or priority that we focused is the priority to bring high-level corruption cases to court. There are very many dimensions to this, but it starts with the investigative directorate, but it also speaks to the question of the serious commercial crimes courts, as well as corruption cases in our regional courts. And we've put in place a number of measures, sort of emergency measures, if you like, over the next 6 months in terms of how we're going to bring those high-profile cases to court and make sure that the victims of these crimes eventually get to see justice. The second priority is linked to a range of other priority crimes that have been plaguing South Africa for some time. These are related to organized crime, they're related to trio crimes, and crimes that affect the sense of public safety, including crimes against women and children. And there's also been a number of initiatives that we've introduced to make sure that we make progress on these crimes in the next couple of months, including improving collaboration with our partners, particularly the police and the Hawks, on a range of issues. More internally focused for the NPA, we realize that we cannot be a cutting-edge 21st century prosecution authority unless we have the right skills, the right capacity, and we're able to train and retain the right people in our organization. So we really ramped up our focus on the kinds of skills we need to get into the organization, the kinds of people we want, ethical, committed prosecutors, preferably also younger people. That's linked to our commitment to transformation, not only within the NPA, but within the criminal justice system and legal profession more broadly. This is something we take very seriously, and it's something we've put in place very urgent priority plans over the next 6 months to address. The final issue we raised in terms of our priorities is about enhancing staff morale. I think it's fair to say that the NPA, as many other government departments, have come through a rather tough time. And with the fiscal environment and the broader climate that we're working in South Africa coming out of the COVID pandemic and still uncertainties related to that, we've really focused on the question of enhancing staff morale and doing that in a way that is not only once-off but is sustainable, and that's linked to the values that we as an organization commit to that are underpinned through these pillars known as IPAC, which is independence, professionalism, accountability, and credibility. And we're building staff morale around these pillars with a number of innovative interventions that we're going to be implementing over the next 6 months, including the launch of a new cultural enhancement initiative that's aimed at addressing some of the lingering cultural problems in this organization, so we can have a culture that's a permissive culture that leads to the effective implementation of our current strategy over the next 5 years. We're fully aware at the NPA that the rate of change outside the organization is rapid, and therefore the rate of change and innovation within the organization has to keep pace. We're also aware that the changing nature of crime means that the NPA needs to become more technologically savvy. We need to modernize the way in which we do our work, our understanding of the way in which crime is committed today and will be committed over the next 5 years. And we are truly committed to a process where we are going to modernize and digitize the work of the organization so that we can keep pace with these developments happening outside the organization. It's a commitment that our leadership has made, it's a commitment that the Minister has made, and it's something that we're aiming to make significant progress on in 2021.